Venus in first house in Capricorn Ascendant. Venus in first house. The planet Venus is perceived to be one of the most benefic presents in the Indian astrological arena, as it is the giver of all the comforts and materialistic pleasures to the human lives. Venus in Ascendant is the giver of charm and grace in the appearance of the person, along with the judiciary and social blend in the native. Presence of Venus in Ascendant or first house of the horoscope chart would make them appear truly friendly in their attitude, besides which they would carry a natural attraction and would be admired by many around for their pleasant manners and down-to-earth nature. The natives of Venus in first house are very simple at the core, while they are endowed with an artistic blend for being creative and possess a special inclination towards the natural beauty, art and music, besides which they are very soft at heart, but they are efficient enough to make a balance in between their practical vision and emotional core. On the other part, the natives of Venus in first house hide their emotional core well inside, but they truly seek for the similar core to share their lives, which could make them quite hasty in making relations, especially the love bonds for which they are perceived to be dependent upon their life partners. The natives of Venus in Ascendant or first house are very calm at appearance and seek for peace in life, besides which they are well known for their judiciary and righteous approach, which keeps them over the moral and true path even during the difficult times. They are true optimists and see life with a positive vision, as they would call everything as good, which further makes them diplomatic in their approach. The natives with Venus in Ascendant are born humanitarian souls who would do good to everyone around and are truly generous and warm in their attitude. These natives are true explorers and pioneers and are born courageous personas who would never stay back from taking risk or first step while leaving the path behind for followers. On the other part, they are winners of arguments, as they will triumph over you through their words. These people with Venus in first house are endowed with strong intellect and intelligence, but they are not deep hard workers, as they are the souls from the arena of comfort and luxuries. In the end, they are believed to be bestowed with immense fortune and are the believers of happily spending all the moments of life. Venus in Capricorn. Capricorn is a movable earth sign, and there is a sense of fixity in their character and temperament. They tend to be reserved and emotionally contained people. And when Venus, the planet of love, is placed in Capricorn, it gives trouble with expressing feelings and emotions to the partner. People with Venus in Capricorn find it hard to assert their desires and put them across to their partner. They tend to be timid in love life. There is insecurity in their mind, the feeling of rejection and ultimately loneliness, and they tend to run away from this, which makes them appear emotionally unavailable at times. There is sense of seriousness and discretion in how they conduct their affairs. They are quite practical concerning their love matters. In fact, they are skillful in deception, if required. This position of Venus gives them a lot of distress and also heart-related diseases. These people are best in professional domain. They should, however, accept their partner as a helping hand in the times of struggle in order to achieve success. Fifth Lord in first house or in Ascendant. When fifth lord sitting in first house, if the planet is in good dignity, then the native have success in speculative business, stock market, interested in games and sports, fun-loving. The native good in scripture knowledge, romantic, intelligent, have good children, get good life due to past life good karma. If the planets is not in good dignity, then the native may lack in intelligence, trouble with government, tax problems, trouble with children, unromantic, loses in speculative business, unsuccessful in sports, entrainment, and others types of games. 10th Lord in first house or in Ascendant. When the Lord of the 10th house in the first house or in the Ascendant, the person is independent in career. If the planet in good dignity, then the person enjoys working with himself, entrepreneur, capable in leading big projects. He will be self-employed or pursue a profession of independence. The person focuses on his career and persistent when it comes to getting what they want. When the Lagna and 10th Lord combines in the first house, the native becomes very famous and a pioneer in his field of work. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person face trouble in career field. Feels difficulty in working with big companies, put too much effort in career but not getting any result, waste their money on trying to be independent in career. Venus in second house in Capricorn Ascendant. Venus in second house. The planet Venus or Venus is a benefic presence which brings most of the goodness to the human lives, as it is the giver of comfort and luxuries in life through either of the way. Venus or Venus keeps the path of the native quiet, easier towards growth, besides which it is the giver of charm and fortune. People with Venus in second house are perceived to possess a good affluence, besides which they are believed to possess materialistic wealth upon land, for which they could also get very much involved in materialistic pleasures. These natives would be very much inclined towards making money and will use most of their intellect and endeavor for the same. The natives of this placement of Venus in second house will carry a high taste and vision for all kinds of items, as they will select only few which would possess worthy quality and will be admired by most of around. Besides this, these natives possess an artistic and creative blend which could become another way for earning wealth for them. On the other part, the natives with Venus in second house will have a very melodious voice along with their charming and attractive style over words to impress everyone around. The natives of this placement Venus in second house should not appear wicked to others, as that would bring harms to the native, besides which he or she should not have a shermukhi house, that is house with wider front. They should not have any business associated with gold, while the profession linked with earth and stuff, agriculture and animal will be benefic. Placement of Venus in second house could also lead towards infertility, for which the natives should have honey and saunf and should feed cows with potatoes colored in yellow turmeric and should donate 2 kg cow's ghee in temples for reducing the malefic effects. These natives should stay away from adultery. Venus in Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed air sign ruled by Saturn, which is a neutral airy planet. Both Saturn and Venus consider each other a friend. However, Saturn is a guide. It gives obstacles in life to make you learn from your mistakes. When Venus is placed in the sign of Saturn, the person faces detachment from romance and challenges in love and married life. Natives with this placement of Venus have little regard for their family, friends and society. These natives, however, do value their own freedom and personal space. They are freedom-loving souls who have their own set of rules to lead life and behave. Their attitude is cool, calm and collected. They have a sparkling personality, which shines even brighter when among friends. They have an open and direct approach to relationships and share a good understanding with partner. People with Venus in Aquarius get married at a late age. They seek more of a friend in their partner than a lover. Their spiritual knowledge is limited, as they are more concerned with the social and corporeal aspects of life. Fifth Lord in the second house. When fifth Lord sitting in second house, if the planet is in good dignity, then the native gain money through their mental work, get love from mate and from children, earn money through speculative business, teaching meditation technique and practice spirituality. They can earn money through sports, entertainment field, food business, speech by singing, get benefit from government and mat work as in tax department. If the planets are not in good dignity, then the native may have problem in raising children, lack of love from mate and children, loss in speculative business, not good in sports and entertainment field, problem with government. 10th Lord in the second house. The 10th Lord in the second house, the person have money career. If the planet in good dignity, then the person rises well in life and makes a lot of money. He may have food business. He will prosper in catering and restaurant businesses. The person may work in cosmetics and in beauty products, money handler, currency trader, jeweler, dentist, speech language specialist, have money through family business. He may engage himself in the family trade and develop it. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person may have eating disorder affect status and career, have family problems ruin business. The person is weak and not able to do his business properly. Venus in third house in Capricorn Ascendant. Venus in third house. The planet Venus or Venus is perceived to be a provider of immense stability with peace and persistence, along with the natural charm and diplomatic blend. Here, the placement of Venus in third house would keep the stability of mind alive for the whole life, besides which the natives would be the true seekers of peace and harmony upon land. The natives of this placement of Venus in third house are not among the hasty and risk-takers, but they also possess immense strength and vigor inside, but people would rarely get to know about their inner potency as they are believed to be pacifiers. Besides this, on the intellectual side, these natives having Venus in third house are born with creative and artistic blend. These natives are true diplomats and are charmingly expressive, which makes them liked and admired by many around. The natives of this placement of Venus in third bhava would get a strong and courageous wife who would emerge as a true support and defender to the native from evil and harmful impacts, but the native should stay loyal to his wife. On the other part, the placement of enemies of Venus in 9th and 11th bhava could bring adverse impacts. The native should stay away from adultery and flirting with other women and should pay respect to his wife from saving himself from negative effects of this placement. Venus in Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces, so naturally, this position brings positive results. Due to the influence of the water element, the personality of Venus in Pisces people runs deep, much like a river. Like the ebb and flow in the water, people with this placement also experience moodiness. However, water can also stand still, and these people also have a tendency to become taciturn and suffer in silence. Venus is the planet associated with love, and when it is placed in Pisces, the person is usually submerged in romance. Such people have attractive looks and a polite speech. Their words work like magic, melting hearts. Such people tend to be very famous as well as fortunate. They earn a lot of wealth throughout their life. Venus in Pisces people are highly accommodating and flexible too, just like water takes the shape of the vessel it is poured into. And this especially applies to their love life. They have a strong fear of rejection that underlines their subtle behavior in love. They try their level best to keep their partner happy and relationship smooth. This is because their need for love and understanding is strong. They need someone to control their emotions and suppress the occasional outbursts, like what a dam does to unbridled water. Fifth Lord in the third house. When fifth Lord sitting in third house, if the planet is in good dignity, then the native siblings are intelligent, interested in reading scripture, and spiritual practice. The person is focused on children and speculative business, leading a interesting and adventurous life and get benefit from writing, music, entertainment and sports. If the planets are not in good dignity, then the native may have struggle in overall general in life. They did not get fun in life easily, need to make lot of effort for something, having problem in spiritual practice and speculative business, and hard to get romance in life. 10th Lord in the third house. The person have career of self-expression. If the planet in good dignity, then the person determinant, adventurous, siblings help in the career, may have to travel constantly on short journeys. He will be a speaker, writer, selling, marketing, advertising, editing, printing, communication business, computer, arts, music, acting, dancing, sports, depending which planets occupies third house. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person face problems with siblings in career field, put lot of effort but not getting in return, lack of courage and determination, weak in evaluating consequence of and suffering many setbacks and delays in career. Venus in fourth house in Capricorn Ascendant. Venus in fourth house. The presence of planet Venus in fourth house makes the person true believer of peace, for which the native will keep the peace high at home, besides which he or she would lead life with a balanced composure of mind. The natives of this placement of Venus in fourth house are truly attached to their homes and seek for the happiness at home. They are the born admirers of beauty and born creative personas, for which they wish for the same beautification of their homes and put all possible efforts for the same, besides which they will also feel pride for and admire the decoration of their home. They could also be inclined towards interior decoration. These people having Venus in fourth house are truly humanitarian and are emotionally attached to their land, which emerges as their patriotic love at times. Besides this, there would be very deep relations at home with parents and especially with partner upon whom the native would depend mentally. Besides this, the native could also have 2 marriages. The natives of this placement having Venus in 4th house are believed to possess good affluence, while the appearance of Jupiter in 10th bhava with this placement will bring some adverse impacts. He or she should not pursue any business associated with Mercury, while the profession relating to Mars will bring positive impacts. They should not construct their house above or over the well, as it will bring much problems in having a son. Placement of Jupiter in 1st bhava along with this placement will bring continuous conflicts with mother-in-law. For the betterment in life, the native having Venus in 4th house should remarry her spouse after changing his name in a formal manner. The native should keep the roof of the house well managed and organized for the well-being of the spouse. Offering rice, silver and milk in the running water, as well as dipping the stuff of Jupiter like gram, pulses and kizar in river is also beneficial. One should feed the motherly figures with care for keeping the peace with mother-in-law. Venus in Aries. Aries is fire, ruled by Mars, which is also a fierce planet. Both Venus and Mars are neutral towards each other. When a watery feminine planet occupies Mars sign, the person becomes assertive in their expression, especially in love life. Such people tend to be cheerful and positive, with a striking zeal for life. They are fun to be around and have a sense of excitement in their aura. In romantic situations, these people tend to be excessively energetic and impatient. They can also be careless in their love life at times. Their manner of loving someone is quite direct and upfront. They cannot sugarcoat their romantic feelings by labeling the relationship as friendship. They can be aggressive too. But they are honest, full of adventure and with an enthusiasm for life. Both Venus and Mars represent passion and sensuality, and amalgamation of their energies leads to excessive sexual feelings and attraction. Venus in Aries also gives a tendency to show interest in others' spouses. They are also irreligious and quite driven towards the materialistic or indeed corporeal aspects of life. They do nonetheless possess an attractive personality. They are artistic beings, with strong inclination towards creative pursuits, beauty and fine arts. 5th Lord in the 4th house. When 5th Lord sitting in 4th house, if the planet is in good dignity, then the native is emotional but intelligent also, well-educated, professor, who teaches to the children, have mental peace, may be spiritual teacher, good family life, mother is source of inspiration, children may career related with 4th house matter like real estate. If the planets are not in good dignity, then the native may have problem with children, childbearing, losses in speculative business and lack of understanding with mother in general. 10th Lord in the 4th house. The person have career through learning. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person will be a lucky and highly learned in various subjects. He will be famous both for his learning and generosity. The person good educator, involved in housing, hotel, real estate business, business of vehicle, mechanic, clothing business, geologist, nurturing, nurse, midwife, agriculture, horticulture, daycare worker, gets good home and vehicles and other valuable fixed assets. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the career bring trouble to the mother and family, many emotional challenges in career area, farm worker, and other lower wage jobs. The person may lose his lands and be forced to take to a life of servitude.